Good evening and welcome to the October 21st Needham Commission on Disabilities meeting via Zoom. The agenda has been distributed, so I am going to jump right in and welcome our guest, Stephanie Knock. Stephanie, we are so glad to have you this evening. We have another guest, Darlene Wong, who will be joining us at 6 o'clock. So we have got 30 minutes, Stephanie, to talk about your very exciting initiatives. And Maureen, feel free to jump in as well, because I know it's, part of the your program as well.
Thank you. And I apologize. I don't know why Zoom cannot find my camera, but I am trying to fix that while we go. But I'm listening.
No worries. Thank you for
Okay.
that. Okay. So Stephanie, why don't you introduce yourself and then you can get started talking about your role in your programs and the exciting latest developments.
Yeah, so thank you all for having me. I greatly appreciate it. My name is Stephanie Knock. I am a clinical social worker and I work at the Needham Community Council as their new Dementia Care Partners Support Program Manager. Am I able to share a
Yep,
slideshow? Okay.
I believe you are.
You should be
Sharing
able
is
to just make sure. Can you try now for me?
Yes. Can you see my screen? Let me,
Yep, we see your
Yep.
PowerPoint. Yep.
We can.
okay, let me get into, okay. View. Oh, shoot. Ugh,
I think it might be that little presentation icon at the top on the top toolbar, just two more to the right.
Yes, oh, I apologize. Let me go back.
That's all right, no worries.
You are right. I don't know why what did I do to it?
Yeah.
Um,
I think if you just click out of the master view, you'll be okay. So if you
the
just go back to
close master view. Yep, you're right. And then just share. Oh, nope. Why is this?
And then if you see down on the bottom, there's a presentation mode next to the little book icon and sort of on the right hand side down at the bottom. There's a little
Am I at the
icon
right
with it.
normal? Nope.
And yeah.
If you keep going over like two or three more, and it's there like a TV on a
Thank
stand.
you.
There we go.
Oh my goodness. I apologize.
That's all right.
So some of this I'm just gonna I'm going to bypass because I know we're short on time. But just to give you a general idea of what dementia is. So dementia is a general term for loss of memory, language, problem solving, and other thinking abilities. And the preface here is really that it interferes with your daily life, and it's caused by physical changes in the brain. So there are different types of dementia. So dementia is the umbrella term. And there's Alzheimer's disease, which is the most common type of dementia, and it accounts for 60 or 80% of dementia. Then you have Lewy bodies, which is progressive. It includes hallucinations, sleep behavior disorders. You have frontotemporal disease, which is normally you're going to see that in the younger onset of dementia. And it can cause changes in behavior and problems with language. And then you have the vascular disease, which is primarily caused by cerebral vascular disease. So it could be caused by like a stroke, a brain bleed, things like that. So how we started this program, how this program came to be formed is the Needham Community Council saw the BID Community Health Needs Assessment, which was done in June 2024. And their findings were that the people, the individuals or the residents of Needham felt that there was a need for caregiver support. And so then what happened was the Needham Community Council, our goal is to always address the unmet community needs. So then we got together, the board got together, along with a consultant. We started doing some focus groups and interviews and found that, and also in-depth conversations with about 25 experts, and found that care partners that were taking care of people living with dementia felt isolated, felt that they did not have a connection, and really needed more support. There's also a very interesting, it's the Massachusetts Healthy Aging Data Report. And in Needham, 15.4% of adults 65 and older have dementia. And this is higher than the state average of 12.9%. So it just goes to show you that the need is there in Needham. And these are just for the diagnosed. So we don't know how many people go without diagnosis in Needham that aren't captured in this data. So then the common themes emerged when we did the focus groups, when we did the interviews with the care experts and just interviews with care partners. And we found that being a care partner, people were telling us that it's 24/7, it's isolating. Care partners face complex challenges that cause stress and emotional strain. There's lack of self-care, stigma, financial burden. They feel overwhelmed to continually navigate for resources. So then the board, along with Sandy, Maureen, and the consultants came up with this Dementia Care Partners Support. And so this was officially launched in September of 2025. I was hired and started in June 2025, just to get kind of like the back, just kind of getting the program started, working with Maureen and Mindy and in the PR and marketing sector of this this program. So the Dementia Care Partners Support officially launched in September of 2025. So our mission is to create a more inclusive, compassionate community for those affected by dementia. Our mission is to raise awareness, provide resources, and build connections so care partners feel understood, supported, and embraced. Our vision is really that all Needham care partners feel supported and resilient in their caregiving experience. And the program is really designed to support care partner at a variety of stages of the caregiving experience. So you can have somebody in the very beginning, maybe the middle stage or the end, and we're there to support them in every stage of their caregiving. And so we launched, so under the Dementia Care Partner Support Program, we have the Council's Memory Cafe and the Dementia Friends informational sessions. The Council's Memory Cafe, we officially had our first Memory Cafe last month in September. And it was a wonderful experience. Just to give you kind of a backstory about what a Memory Cafe is for individuals that don't know. The first Memory Cafe was launched in 1997 by a Dutch geriatric psychiatrist in Holland. He really recognized, Dr. Meissen recognized that fear prevented many people from seeking a diagnosis of dementia. And so at that point in 1997, the model spread through Canada, many parts of Europe and Australia. It wasn't until 2008 that a doctor started the first Alzheimer's Cafe in Santa Fe, with a follow-up one in Minnesota. In 2011, Tammy, who was at the time owner of Pleasant Trees Adult Day, started the first memory cafe in Massachusetts. And then in 2014, the Jewish Family and Children's Services, some of you might know Beth Salzberg. She started the Percolator Memory Cafe. And now there's over 110 cafes in Massachusetts. They speak English, they speak Spanish, Portuguese, and Chinese. And what is a memory cafe? It's a social gathering for individuals living with dementia and their care partners. Guests are welcome whose dementias are due to any underlying condition or at any stage of the disease progression. Most of the time, you don't see somebody in the later stage because a lot of the time when you do get to the advanced, more progressive stage of the disease, you're bedridden. Care partners can include your spouse, children, friends, professional caregiver. They're normally done in an accessible community location. And it's more of like a non-clinical environment. We never ask for diagnosis. If somebody wants to share that with me, that is fine, but I never ask for that information. We do have information, so we never talk about dementia during a memory cafe, but there are resources and services available, kind of like tucked into the back on a resource table. And cafes really provide a break from focusing on disease and disability. And why are cafes needed? They help people with connection, also social isolation. Social isolation can actually exacerbate the symptoms of dementia. So it helps with that stigma. So people feel more welcome and not embarrassed if symptoms occur in public places. And then I really like this words of an advocate. We may have forgotten your name, but we remember love. And that's what we're trying to encapsulating in our memory cafe is that feeling of love. Benefits, they're cost effective. Both cafes are open to any stage of the disease progression. I talked about, we don't talk about diagnosis. Guests are able to form new friendships and just really to have an opportunity to have fun together. The care partner and the person living with dementia are really able to come together. They're not focusing on the disease, but they're focusing on fun and interaction. So our first memory cafe, we partner with the Needham Public Library and the Senior Center, Kath. So our memory cafes are on the fourth Friday of every month on a Tuesday from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. How we structure our memory cafe is the first half hour. It's for light refreshments. So the guests come in, we have a table of baked goods, fruit, coffee. They sit, they converse with fellow residents, neighbors. And then the last hour is dedicated to either dance, like some sort of body movement with music. We have the Needham Poet Laureate coming in November to help us write a Memory Cafe poem. We have so it's really just to promote brain health and studies have shown that dance, whether it's sing-alongs, just moving your body is very beneficial. So we're also doing some arts and crafts. So we have Mug a Hug coming in, which is a Needham nonprofit. And for February, we're gonna be designing and crafting coffee mugs. So every month we have something different planned, and it's in the community room of the library, so off of Rosemary. If you go into that parking lot, it's the room right on the right-hand side. So that is the fourth Tuesday of every month. And then we also launched the Dementia Friends Massachusetts. So that's an initiative by Dementia to create a more dementia-friendly America. I am a champion, so I do the training. It's an hour training. So, so some people ask me, like, what is Dementia Friends? So it's a global movement that was developed by the Alzheimer's Society, excuse me, in the United Kingdom. And their mission is really to change the way people think, act, and talk about dementia. And so what I do is I'm a champion, so I conduct a training. It's an hour-long informational session, and it's tailored to help a community understand what dementia is, 5 key messages about dementia, how it affects people, and how we each can make a difference in the lives of people living with the disease. And so, like, their 5 key messages, the Dementia Friends is dementia is not a normal part of aging. It's caused by diseases of the brain. It is not about losing your memory. It's possible to live well with dementia. And there is more to dementia, more to the person than dementia. So Dementia Friends informational sessions, I like to say it provides a basic understanding of dementia and how to communicate with a person or an individual living with dementia. If you have a fairly a fairly moderate understanding of dementia, this might not be the informational session for you, but it's really tailored to a community. So our goal is to get out into the community and make dementia less stigmatized. So I am conducting this week. Tomorrow there is a public session at the library from 2:30 to 3:30. On Thursday, I'm doing a staff training at the Needham Public Library. We're hoping to get the maintenance department at the Needham Housing Authority, the van drivers at CATH. So really just to spread an awareness and to educate our community so we know how to communicate with somebody living with the disease. And that is it. I kind of made it, I wanted to make it short because I know I had a limited time. So I'm sorry if I talked a little fast. I just wanted to make sure that we got everything in.
Yeah. Stephanie, that was really a great overview, and we can take some questions now. I also want to add that I went to one of Stephanie's sessions a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was really terrific and informative, and there were some really great analogies, like thinking about dementia, as a bookshelf, and with books on the bookshelf, and that they were sort of rearranged on the lower shelf. So that was really helpful, and it was a nice mix of people. It was both people with dementia and their family members. So I thought it was really well done.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yep.
I appreciate that. Um, Let me end.
Yeah. So there's a campaign really to sort of spread the word about these services, and this is something new that the town of, that is being launched, and your position in particular. So any questions or comments from anybody for Stephanie?
Stephanie, this is Lynn Rodman. That was an excellent presentation. I just last week I had a dear friend who passed away from Alzheimer's. So she had suffered for a very long time in a different state, but still. So to help educate people, how often will you be holding these sessions around town? And can certain groups, sponsor one?
So thank you very much, Lynn. I am sorry for your loss. In regards to the informational sessions, they're free. Um, and this is just something that the Needham Community Council saw a need for. I have gone into churches, so I'm trying to, I have gone to Christ Episcopal Church, spoken with their congregation, and conducted an informational session. And really just if all of you could just really spread the word. I think that's what I'm trying to do. And Maureen and everyone that works at the community council, really just trying to spread the word about our program and just trying to hit different organizations within Needham to tell them about what we're doing and also how we hope to grow this program. So this isn't, there's going to be multi phases of this project in this program, but this is the initial phase. Um, and so we will evolve as we go.
Great, thank you.
Stephanie, can I add one thing? I'm sorry,
yes.
my camera's still not working. But Lynn, I don't know if you would be interested, but Stephanie is open to, neighborhood groups, civic groups, any group that wants to come together to take this class is welcome to do it. And all they would really have to do is reach out to Stephanie to just schedule a time that's convenient and it'll be, set up.
Great. No, that's good.
Excellent. Any other questions or comments for Stephanie? All right, Stephanie, thank you so much for joining us, and
Thank
we
you.
want to support the work that you're doing,
Thank you.
and we'll help spread the word and be in touch about opportunities.
Thank you. Thank you, Carol, for having me. Thank you to the Needham Commission on Disabilities for everything that you do. And I hope you all have a great evening. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Take care.
Take
You're welcome to
care.
stay, but we understand you might need to leave.
That's okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. Have a nice
Okay.
evening.
Yep, you too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's see. Darlene isn't here yet. She's not due until 6, so we've got a few minutes, so we can just keep on with the agenda. I just wanted to check in and see if everybody saw the grant application that I sent out with the revised agenda. So what will happen is Darlene will come and make a presentation about what they're asking for, and then she'll leave. And after she leaves, then we can vote on the grant application. Any questions
Okay.
about that? Okay. And so Tatiana, you're on the lookout for her in terms of.
Yep. If you're ready for her, I'll let her in.
Oh, she's out there. Okay. All right. Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and let her in then? Perfect.
Hold on, she's coming in.
All right. Jeannie, do you want to introduce her? Or you want me to?
I can. I just got a text says, I don't know why you can't see me. I'm in the meeting.
She wasn't. She was
There she,
There
oh,
she is.
now I
yeah,
see
just,
the,
just
there
promote
she
her.
is.
Yeah. That's because she was on hold until Tatiana let her in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome, Darlene. We are so glad that you could join us this evening. Can you hear us?
I'm very happy here.
Great.
Yes, I can.
Excellent.
Can you
All
hear
right, yes. Yeah. All right, Jeannie, I'll let you introduce Darlene.
Okay, Darlene, I'm a member of the Congregational Church of Needham, and Darlene is the new, very new, Director for Children and Youth at the church. And she started a month ago, 6 weeks ago, not that long ago, correct?
I think
Can you hear me?
Darlene's frozen.
Yeah, there seems to be a little bit of a delay.
Anyway, she is new in this position, and I contacted her and suggested that the church may want to submit a grant for the trunk or treat event, which is happening on Saturday. The event, this is the 7th year of the event, as you can see from the grant application, and they have the first hour of it is sensory friendly. So inviting families with children with all kinds of special needs that are looking for a quieter, non-scary Halloween festivity. And then I'll let Darlene take it from there. Oh, it looks like it froze again.
Yeah, so Darlene, if you could just give us an overview, that would be
no.
great of what you're asking for.
Sure. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
We
that's
can hear
better
you.
with your camera off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I find that happens sometimes. I live in an area where I think we probably get some of the poorest reception in the area. but I'm glad you can hear me. Um, yeah, so Congregational Church of Needham is holding its annual Trunk or Treat, which is a non-religious event with the goal of just creating community and creating a safe space for local kids and their families to celebrate Halloween with community. Where we have about 15 trunks confirmed and still possibly more folks going to be joining us in the parking lot decorating trunks. We typically do, as we will this year, also hand out nut-free candy and non-candy treats. So we kind of hit all of the hopefully we're hitting, you know, the audience, and any child who comes will find something there. Um, the goal is to be non-scary, but you know, still celebrate in the Halloween holiday spirit. In this grant, we are, first of all, thanks so much to Jeannie for putting this on our radar and assisting us with this process, and to the committee for giving me a chance to present this. So we're expecting about 250 to 300 children, and to help fund the event, we have put in an application to help fund those sensory friendly favors. So those include fidgets, um, tactile kind of squishy toys, tattoo stickers, and you know, those ideas came to us in consultation with families that do have sensitive kids, and also in consultation with their peers who are kids and the kids themselves. So I'm pretty confident that we have a really nice list that the children will enjoy. And we've made purchases online through Amazon and through Oriental Trading Company, so this would be a reimbursement. Um, and obviously would really um, assist us as a nonprofit ourselves, as a community church. We do our best, have shopped around as if we were making these our own purchases, and really tried to get the best quality things at the lowest reasonable price. Um, but obviously, this would be a help, and we would appreciate, and we do appreciate your consideration. So I'm happy to answer any questions or make any clarifications that you may have.
Okay. Any questions for Darlene about the grant request?
I know the grant states that the church is already and will continue to do some marketing of the event. And
Yes.
I'm hopeful that the commission can think of maybe other avenues that they haven't come up with where we could, you know, we're running out of time. It is on Saturday, but I'd love to help them get the word out. If any of you have ideas of how we can do more marketing in the next several days.
Okay, maybe put it on the Facebook group. Yeah.
And I just wanted to add that we are planning, should this grant be approved, we're planning and happy to provide the commission's informational brochures at our event. We have a welcome table. So just as people walk in, they would have the ability to grab a brochure. And we would plan to put a big, you know, thank you NCOD sign at our welcome table as well, so people would see that as they came in. And then any additional Facebook posts that might go out after this meeting, we of course would update them and acknowledge your role in helping this event take place.
Yep, it'd be great if one of us could stop by for a photo opportunity. Maureen and I did the last one, so
That'd be
we'll see.
awesome.
Yeah,
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 we'd love to have you.
yeah. Okay. Well, if there are no other questions, Darlene, thank you for joining us and presenting the grant. And we will let you get back to your evening then.
Great.
And we'll
Thank you
be in
so
touch about,
much. Appreciate your
yep,
time.
and we'll be in touch about next steps.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So in terms of a matter of process, are people ready to sort of consider the grant application and take a vote now? Tatiana, you're okay with that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think you can, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I'm
someone
gonna,
should make a motion to either consider or not the proposal, the grant application,
mhm,
and then we can take a vote.
What was the amount again?
was 300 and
$138.
Okay, thank you. I move to consider approving the grant for the trunk or treat.
okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, thanks, Maureen.
Audio now on mute.
And so we'll take a roll call vote. So Lynn,
Yes.
Pardis,
Yes, agree.
Michael,
Yes.
Maureen,
Yes.
Alexa,
Yes.
Carol, yes.
How to help you with that?
Okay. All
Carol,
right,
you
so
keep forgetting me.
oh, can you vote? I'm so
I'm so-
sorry.
I am a member technically, so yes.
I am so sorry. Tatiana.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
So the motion then passes and it needs to be approved by the select board, correct, Tatiana?
Yes, we do send them to the select board for,
Yep.
on just on consent agenda, we don't have to present, so,
Okay.
it'll just be, hold on, I see Felix in the
Oh,
attendance.
good.
I'm
Yep.
bringing him in as a panelist.
Okay. Hi, Felix. Are you there?
Yes, hi Carol. Sorry,
Hello.
I got held up for a little bit.
That's all right. So we were just reviewing, we just had the presentation on the grant proposal and we just took a vote on that. Are we okay from a process standpoint if we let Felix vote?
No, but
No,
the
yeah,
vote already took
yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
anyway,
and I didn't
yeah.
hear the proposal, so I can't.
Okay, all right. So anyway, so we are moving along then to the approval of the minutes. Any questions about the minutes from our last meeting or comments?
Yes, Maureen was very helpful in sending me a couple of corrections and edits, which I have incorporated. But if anyone else has others, I am happy to make those adjustments.
Okay. Any other corrections? Otherwise, I would take a motion to approve the minutes as corrected by Maureen.
Second.
So we need a motion first.
We need a motion first, so.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought that was
I'll
a
make the motion.
Okay, thanks, Felix. A second by Maureen. So we have to do a vote. Lynn?
Yes.
Audio.
Pardis?
Yes, approved.
Michael?
Yes.
Tatiana?
Yes.
Maureen?
Yes.
Alexa?
Yes.
Felix?
Yes.
And Carol, yes. Okay, so the minutes pass, are approved. All right, so that moves us on to the co-chairperson's report. So Karen is in London, by the way, that's why she's not here. So it's just me this evening on the co-chairperson's report. So Jean, I want to report that Jeannie's event, I think, was very lovely. And Jeannie, thank you for your notes. And it was terrific to see those of you that could be there. We had 4 past members that joined us on a very lovely afternoon when we had that warm weather. So it was really, I think, hopefully a nice send off for Jeannie. And Tatiana, there's a budget that we have to approve for that.
It's for the cost of Jeannie's food expense for the party. I apologize. So sorry, one second.
All right. Well, while you're getting that together, I can continue and knock off these other 2 items here.
Thank you.
I just was wondering if anybody attended the Town of Needham Committee member orientation and training. There was two parts, September 29th and October 9th. Was anybody able to attend? Okay. All right. Maybe the next time. And then there is a community hearing and resource fair that's going to be November 4th. It's and so we are signed up to attend. And it's going to be at the town hall, and it's actually about it's sponsored by the Massachusetts Commission on Disability, and there's going to be a whole host of organizations that are going to be there, and they're going to have a an opportunity for people from the community to comment and bring issues forward. And then there's going to be an hour for a resource fair. So Karen and I are going to go to the resource fair, and then there's also a virtual fair. And it's going to be a huge representation of all sorts of organizations that support disabilities. Maureen, did you want to share anything else on that?
No, just that Denise Garlick is still the chair of that commission. So she will be there. And that was, and her, the person who directs that commission asked about whether we wanted a table. Now, I wasn't involved at all with, like, I registered to go individually, but I didn't know if the plan for you and Karen was to actually man a table.
Yeah, we are registered and we have a table. I just actually reached out and confirmed that with the organizer earlier today.
Oh, okay. Okay. For some reason, she asked the question this afternoon. Okay. Earlier today. Good.
Yep.
Okay.
So I believe we're all set.
I have a question.
Yes.
The event is in person, or it could be
It is
hybrid?
both. It's a hybrid event.
Oh, good.
And so, and they actually recommend that that there's going to be a Zoom group. And for the people that are on Zoom, they're recommending that the representative not be at town hall. So if somebody is interested in going, Pardis, if you're interested in going, you could be, for example, with Karen, and then I could do the Zoom room, if you will, so that we are available to, participants that are both there and on Zoom.
The event is November 4th, correct? You said?
Yes, November 4th from 5 to 7. And I can send you the information if you'd like.
Yeah, I would be happy to get the
Okay.
information.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank
I will
you.
do that.
So I had also planned to attend, so if there's any additional support that you need, just let me know.
Okay, so I think we would want to have, I'm thinking maybe a computer with, our website on it, and then we can have some brochures. And then, if you and I'm happy to do the Zoom room. And if you and Karen and Pardis, want to represent the NCOD, that'd be great.
Is it okay if I come, for example, I join at 6 p.m. because my work hours is until 5?
Yeah.
So I can be
yeah,
here like 5:30 to 6.
Yeah, that would be fine. The resource fair is from 6 to 7, and the community comment period, I think they're giving everybody 2 or 3 minutes that would like to make a statement about what services or support they might need, is from 5 to 6.
Good. So in this case, I probably can be in person after 6 or 5:45.
Yeah, take your time, and Tatiana and Karen can hold things down until you get there.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So will you be remote, Carol? You're gonna do?
Yeah, I was just reading through all the material today, and it says the person that's doing Zoom should not be there at town hall because it's going to be too noisy. So they want the Zoom person to be somewhere separate.
Got it.
Yep.
I can also help at the table.
Okay, that would be great.
If you're in need, if we want to sort of take shifts or something, I'm happy to do that.
It sounds like it's going to be a terrific event, and the list of people that are going to be there is pretty astounding. So,
okay. Also, if you can send me, sorry, this just for reminding, can you also send me the information link and registration?
Yes, I will send it to you.
Thank you so much.
Who did the invite come from? I'm actually trying to pull it up.
Yep.
Carol, it's Michael. Do you need support on the Zoom call? I mean, I probably could do the Zoom call with you if you needed other people on the Zoom.
Sure, that would be great. I have no idea what this is going to be like, but participants are allowed to join via Zoom, and each organization that's represented is supposed to have somebody, in the hall and on Zoom. So that would be great, and we can just see what it is together. So I'll send you the information.
Great, thanks.
Yep. Okay. All right, Tatiana, back to the budget for Jeannie's event.
Yes, so for the, I'm asking for the commission to, approve, expense, for Roach Brothers in the amount of $146.95 for the purposes of a public event honoring our Jeannie.
So we need somebody to make that motion.
I make a motion to approve the invoice, the Roach Brothers invoice for the retirement gala for Jeannie.
Thank you.
Sure, I second that.
Thank you.
Okay, so a vote. Lynn? You're on mute. That's all right.
Yes, thank you.
Approve. Pardis?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Tatiana?
Yes.
Maureen?
Yes.
Alexa?
Yes, can you also please repeat the amount just for the notes?
Yes, it's, I can send you a copy of the invoice to Alexa, $146.95.
Thank
And-
you.
And Felix?
Yes.
Okay, the budget is approved for Jeannie's event.
Thank
So
you
with
very
that,
much.
we move on to Tatiana's report.
Thank you. And I just have a couple of things. Earlier today, I emailed everybody a copy of our FY27 budget submission for the Commission on Disabilities. By ways of background, the Commission on Disabilities receives a small budget from the town to conduct operations. Whilst in the past, it's been used for things like paper, braille paper, computer ink, things like that to facilitate meetings. Now that we have kind of moved more to a hybrid model, the budget, it's mostly used for things like, public events, public speaking, refreshments. There is some allocation for purchasing accessible parking placards. However, we have a very healthy inventory of those still left, so that hasn't been a need to go out and purchase more. What we do is we use those funds to purchase them and then sell them at cost for businesses in the community. Last year, the chairs asked to increase the budget from the finance committee and the town manager and the town to include an additional $500. I'm sorry, I thought I was sharing. Let me just put that on the screen so it's easier. To increase the budget to an additional $500 to allow for more education and or facilitate a speaker. As in lately in the last couple of years, we've been partnering with the Council on Aging to bring programming that is aimed at education and advocacy for persons with disability in the community. So the 2027 budget looks like this. The purpose of it's always, it doesn't change. It just explains who we are and what we do. The budget statement basically aims to understand what stressors and or other, factors are affecting our budget in, whether it's increasing or decreasing. And so I quickly explain some of the activities that we have been involved with in the past year, such as the outreach to downtown for accessibility, the Trails for All bill, the Low Vision event, that we review both the Emery Grover for accessibility and the plans for development at 339 Chestnut. And just basically like some of the programming that we're involved. I also explained that most of our activities and most of the goals of the commission can be accomplished within the budget that is provided to the commission without a need to increase. So like I said, this year, an additional $500 was added to our budget, which used to be $550. So now our budget for expenses is $1,050 with the additional 500, and that is going to be level funded for next year. As I explained last meeting, the town updated their policy number 427, extra committee liaison policy, which affects any employee of the town that serves as a liaison to a committee, meaning we provide administrative and financial support, or financial administration support rather, to committees where it's not directly related to the job duties for our position. In the past, that liaison stipend was $1,500, and that increase now townwide is to $3,000, which will also be reflected in the FY27 budget for the Commission on Disabilities. So you'll see that our budget, it is increasing, from the usual $2,050 to $4,050 to account for that increase. So let me just quickly read this. So it reads, the purpose of, this is the budget submission for the Commission on Disabilities. The Needham Commission on Disabilities NCOD purpose is to promote full integration and improve accessibility for the disabled population in the town of Needham. Through advocacy and special projects and programs, the Commission provides resources in all matters related to disability issues, promotes awareness, and addresses the needs of persons with disabilities in the community. Our budget statement, again, is like, what stresses or outside factors could be affecting the budget. And it reads, Commission members remain active in several community initiatives in accordance with our mission of awareness, education, advocacy, and access. This past year, the committee embarked on an outreach effort to downtown stores owners/occupants on increasing accessibility, voice support for the Trails for All state bill, supported an event for the low vision group in partnership with the Council on Aging Department, piloted a business recognition program for local businesses in appreciation to their commitment to accessibility and inclusion, helped to promote a local disability field series, and conducted an accessibility walk of the newly renovated Emery Grover and reviewed plans for the development at 339 Chestnut Street. Most initiatives are accomplished within the established budget. However, we are increasing our education efforts with the addition of a featured speaker or speakers for public education purposes. The Commission also awards small amount grants out of the Accessible Parking Fees Fund to community groups for projects that benefit the disabled community at large, such as the one that we just approved. Under budget changes, the only change to the budget, again, is the increase that I mentioned. The most significant change to the budget is due to the increase in the committee liaison stipend from $1,500 to $3,000 per year per town policy number 423 extra committee liaison. The expense portion of the budget remains level funded. So the budget breakdown request is as follows. In the professional and technical line, which is meant for the education, training, and programming services, that's a $500 request. Office supplies as needed, it's $100, it remains level funded. Other supplies and equipment, which could be supplies for events, more handicap parking placards, etc., remains level funded at $250. And foods and service supplies, which has migrated into food for public events, it's level funded at $200. I am happy to take any questions.
Seems pretty straightforward. That's essentially the line items that we had for 2026 fiscal year, correct?
Yeah. It is a very straightforward budget.
Yeah. Plus the well-deserved increase for our town liaison. So
thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to vote on this?
Yeah, Madam Chair, you need a motion to approve the budget submission as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you, Felix.
I'll second.
Okay, thanks, Lynn.
Thank you,
All right.
Lynn.
So for the vote, Lynn,
Yes.
Tatiana,
Yes.
Felix,
Yes.
Pardis,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Maureen,
Yes.
Alexa,
Yes.
and Carol is yes. I think that's everybody with the, I go in order on the screen and it got changed around when you stopped sharing. So I think that was everybody. So the budget passes.
Thank you very much. The submission passes.
Yeah.
The submission, the deadline for all budget submissions for the town is on October 24. Again, by way of background, this budget request goes to the town manager first. Then it goes to then it gets presented to the finance committee. The town manager presents her final budget at the end of January. And then it finally gets voted in during the May town meeting.
Excellent. Thank you for that summary.
Thank you very much. I think next on the agenda for me is the Good Neighbor Award. And if I could share again, I'm gonna just share my screen again. And so the Director of Communications and Community Engagement has been working with me on trying to include the Good Neighbor Business Award. Now this page
Nice.
this page doesn't exist on our website yet. It's in draft, as you see. It's too bad Karen's not here, but I just wanted to basically show you kind of what it looks like, and completely open to feedback, but it'll be a separate page within the Commission on Disabilities
Nice.
website, within our website. And it basically goes through all of the elements that Karen put together in the building of this program. So the eligibility criteria, all of the the nomination criteria, basically what happens, that the award recipients will be selected, the panel will receive nominations. Basically, I think it is supposed to work in the same manner as the grant. Somebody nominates a business award. We take it into consideration, and then the committee makes a decision. The one question that remained was, whether the commission intended to present one award a year or multiple awards a year, and that's not something that I was sure had been discussed before. So I kind of do want to get some feedback on that.
Well, this would be a high quality problem if we had a lot of applications, but
Yes.
I think the intention was to recognize them and review them as they came in, was my understanding.
Okay, so we can say that the NCOD intends to consider submissions as they come in.
That was my thought. What do other people think? Does anybody think differently?
No, I think
That's
it was
what
a
we had
rolling
agreed on.
basis also. Sorry.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll make that change.
Yeah.
I don't know if this link is working. I just wanna.
Yeah. And maybe we could print some of these out and have them at our resource table on November 4th.
That would be great, Carol.
Yeah.
I know that it's because it's still in draft form. I don't think it lets me open the form, but it will be the form that that Karen provided, basically with just going through what is the business, what did they do, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
So I just wanted to pull that up and show you what it kind of looks like, and just basically, I guess we might need to take a vote just to make it public.
Just
Okay.
another quick question. Sorry, the quick question, does it have to be a cap? Do we need to say there's no more than 3, 4, or a total? If we're going to have more than one, do we have to put a cap on how many total?
So that's, yes, I think that was the question, like whether we wanted to just award once a year and be done, or, I mean, I think I'm hearing that we want to award them as they come. But to Michael's point, if we all of a sudden start getting a lot of them, is there a cap, or?
I think if we said like 1 per quarter or 4 per year, I think that would be reasonable.
I'm wondering if we should play it by ear, because I would love to have a whole bunch of them, because there's nothing that says you can't get it multiple years in a row.
That's true.
And then businesses can advertise, we got this for this many years running.
Yeah. I
And
would.
it's not like we're
That's so
saying it's a
Boston.
business of the year. We're saying they're a good neighbor.
Right. I mean, I think the more businesses that are good neighbors, the better it is for the population that we support. So I don't really think we could go wrong with having every business in Needham as a good neighbor business award winner. But I think, we're going to struggle to get people to apply.
Agreed. I
Yeah.
don't think we're gonna have to worry about a cap so much, because I don't think it's,
Which brings me to the other point, my other part of this request is to discuss the strategy for marketing for this. Obviously, I have the Director of Communications and Community Engagement who, can put it on the news you need them and blast it that way. But I'm also looking for other ideas, short of us just going to every business and, you know, making them aware of this. For how do we make this known in the community? I'm sure a lot of people, especially the you know, the persons with disabilities community, has a special place that they favor or they love of have a good story about it. So the question will be like, how do we make sure that they are aware that the commission is recognizing businesses in this manner?
Yeah, I mean, so maybe, you know, we could send a message out to, you know, groups like you said that might, you know, appreciate businesses that are supportive, you know, like the CPAC group. I'm just trying to think of groups that have a big distribution list.
Maybe the Charles River Center,
Yeah,
the Carroll School, you know, people that,
yeah,
you know, frequent shops in Needham and would have firsthand experience, either good or bad.
yeah. I think those are all excellent ideas of people to send this to. Yeah.
I know in the past Karen has been vocal on the Facebook group. Hopefully we can tap into her to sort of promote this as well there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if Alexa capture those good suggestions in the minutes, then hopefully Karen can I can follow up with her and ask that she, you know, send this out.
Could I ask a question?
Sure.
Hi, this is Trisha Melton, the special ed director at the high school. Are our teachers eligible to nominate someone? Because I know that our ILC and PG programs are out in the community all the time, and I know there's a couple businesses that they just rave about their work with.
Absolutely. I think so. Anybody could nominate, you know, a business, you know, and
I
if
think,
they've been,
yeah,
That'd be great.
yeah.
they would be a great population, I think. Yeah.
The criteria is that the business is in Needham, so I think it could be nominated by anyone. Yeah.
Great.
As long as they're over 18.
I also have a question about this good neighbors. Can we promote them in our personal, for example, social media? Or, you know, although my personal social media, you know, my Instagram is not really, I don't have many followers, but overall, I want to say that it should be, you know, promoted just by like a official page, or just we can do it on our personal pages.
So the town does have a personal social media policy, and it does, the only thing that it states is that anything that you promote is you as parties, not as a member of the Commission on Disabilities. So you can, and this goes for anything, not just the good business, because I love that idea. I think if everybody could, you know, promote it, that would be amazing. But just to be mindful that you're promoting it as Party Springer and not Party Springer member of the Commission on Disability.
I understand it.
Yeah.
As long as
but
there is
other than-
nothing, sorry, just I'm paraphrasing to understand if I'm understanding correct. As long as there is nothing, you know, my page is completely personal, nothing official, just Party Springer, I can promote it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Or-
Thank you.
So, Madam Chair, I'm happy to, I don't even know how I could share this with you because it's a draft within our.
That's right. Well, we
page.
looked at it once before. Karen sent out the application.
Yeah, so if I guess what the motion will be to approve this to go public and to start a strategy marketing campaign with the change that we're going to not cap it to a specific number of some nominations, but rather you know, consider them as they come in.
Jeannie has her hand up. Yeah.
Well, if we're going to have brochures set out at the trunk or treat event on Saturday, might we want to have this, if it's ready by the weekend, to set some of these? If you're going to print out copies of it, does that make sense? There'll be a lot of Needham residents there.
We do want people to submit online, but I mean, I can create a quick flyer
Yeah.
to have on display.
Yep.
Jeannie, you didn't come in today, right? I to pick up the brochures.
No, I do, and I have a comment about that later, but I can pick up some flyers of this if you print them up. I can come in again.
I could do a quick flyer on display and just say, you know, go to the town's website to, you know, to nominate a business. That's a great idea. There'll be a lot of parents there for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we need a motion to vote to make this public.
Mm-hmm.
I move to make it public.
All right, thanks, Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn.
A second.
Okay, thanks, Michael. So let's see. So parties.
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Tatiana,
Yes.
Maureen,
Yes.
Alexa,
Yes.
Felix,
Yes.
and Carol, yes. I think that
And
was
you didn't
everybody.
ask me, you didn't get me, Lynn.
Oh, Lynn. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
messed up now with my stuff. Thank you. Okay, so the motion passes to make the Good Neighbor Business Award public.
Thank you very much. And I just realized I skipped one of my agenda items, but that
Nope.
has gotten resolved, and it wasn't resolved by me. I think Karen reached out to the principal, and I guess that for by ways of background, there was a button on one of the doors to the high school that wasn't opening the door automatic, therefore creating an obstacle for one of the students with mobility challenge. And Karen reached out to the principal put in a ticket, it was resolved fairly quickly. So that's good news. It's more on the advocacy side, but it's all taken care of.
It's not, it will be taken care of next week. The parts are just in
Oh,
order. The parts are in order and the work's gonna happen next week. So now
thanks,
we'll
Trish.
have the accessibility button on the Webster Street entrance as well as the Own Your Own Peace Admiral Grace entrance.
Awesome. Thank you,
Excellent.
Trish. So
Yep.
it's being dealt with. Yeah. We have a fairly active building maintenance department, so I'm glad that's being taken care of. And that's all for me.
All right,
Thank you.
great. A good success, and thanks for the clarification, Trish. Okay, so I'm going to move us along to updates on current initiatives. Maureen and I are trying to get around to a couple of the local businesses to follow up on our letter about making the businesses more accessible. I am still trying to find an owner to talk with specifically. Maureen, have you had any success?
No, I haven't. So
Yeah.
I've got to get on that. I've been a little bit remiss.
Yeah. So we're
to-do
going to see
list.
if we can have an impact by talking with people in person, since the letters didn't really have the impact we were hoping for. So anybody, as you're out and about, if you see a business that's not compliant and you want to have a conversation, feel free. But Maureen and I are going to really try to target a couple of shops. So more to come on that. I think this next topic I'd like to table until next time, but I want people to think about potential speaker topic. Because we added the line item to our fiscal 2026 budget, and we asked for the $500 so that we could have a speaker come in on a particular topic. And there's lots of different venues, the library, the cath. And so if you could, think about some topics, I'd like to brainstorm them at our November meeting. And we have the ability to pay the $500 stipend as a speaker fee. So with that, I'm going to move along to the updates. Trish, do you want to do the school department one?
Sure, thanks so much. So I'm Trish Munn. I'm the special education director at the high school. It's nice to be here and see everyone. So the only real update, I know that Stephanie Wyman had spoke to you previously about that we had brought in an agency to do a review of our intensive learning center at the high school. So we did a review of our K through 8 programs, just to have sort of a focus on inclusion, see what are we doing really well, which is a lot of things, and what do we need to do better. So that review was, we had the agency who did it for us come in and do a presentation for the parents at our CPAC meeting. I don't think it was last week. I think it might have been the week before. They did a presentation to our parents, so it was open to everyone. So we had a lot of parents join us for that. And now the next step is Stephanie and myself and Danny are working on creating a committee to take that report and their recommendations and move forward. So I think, for those of you who don't know, our ILC, our Intensive Learning Center, is our strand of programming for students with more significant and complex disabilities. And those are the students who are often who end up in our 18 to 22 program as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you share what some of the recommendations were?
Some of the recommendations were about looking at criteria for entrance into the program, for exit into the program, more opportunities for inclusion, looking at when we're making decisions for students not to go to their home schools. The full report is also available publicly on our Needham Public Schools special education website. So you can everyone is able to access that as well.
All right, thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Trish? All right, so Felix, I know you only have 5 minutes, probably 4 now. Any handicap or accessible parking update?
So the one that I have is I was pleased to find recently, there's a spot by the Trader Joe's CVS lot that's right next to the handicap spots that it was not handicap.
Yeah.
And what they've been doing lately is they put a handicap sign on a pole, and they've been putting it out in front of that spot. Even though they haven't painted the ground or anything, but they've been treating it like an additional handicap spot for the last couple weeks. So I was happy to see that they're at least trying to increase accessibility a little bit, especially because they've been reducing the number of handicap spots in the late afternoon because they put their delivery truck right there.
Right. And those spots are always taken. I park there a lot, with my mom, and she's got a sticker, and it's hard to find a spot sometimes.
Yeah, so
that's great.
they're trying to be creative to
Yep.
to mitigate that issue. So they've done that spot. That's the one piece that it's a nice piece, but that's the one update I had.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Lynn.
No updates other than the diversity group is still continuing to meet on the Heights Common the first Saturday of every month.
Great. And I think there was a survey they put out recently. I think I saw about their initiatives and their programs. Maureen, anything on the local emergency planning committee?
No, it's very strange. I don't get any response. I don't. They were redoing bylaws and kind of rebuilding that committee. But when I've said, please, let me know when there's a meeting, it's been months and months and months, and there's been nothing. And I've nudged a few times, so I don't think there's anything happening there.
Tatiana, is there a way that we can connect with them? Yeah.
So internally, I just want to say that is probably true. I don't think there's been a meeting of the local emergency planning committee. Internally, the town is trying to that point, restructure what that looks like. So we're working on the roles internally. As you all know, leadership has changed in the town. And so we're trying to identify, all of the roles within the local emergency management planning internally as we get ready for, winter, the most obvious storm, but anything else. So we are conducting a lot of internal policy making meetings and strategy and table exercises. So I think that's like the first step before we go back and try to bring it around with the community again. So I can certainly make sure that Kristen Scoville has you on her radar. She's our emergency management coordinator or administrator rather. And to make sure that, once it goes back to the community that you're obviously included.
Yeah, she should. I think she will, but I didn't realize it was going to be like a year plus kind of process. I was just not realizing that. So I think it's a lot more involved than I guess I thought it would be.
Yeah, but we've been meeting internally quite often on this.
Okay.
All right. As long as we have a voice, that's good. Okay, so is there any new business? Jeannie.
I have two things. First of all, I wanted to make sure, as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to make sure that we're doing some advertising of the trunk or treat event. I haven't checked, is it currently on the NCOD website, or is it appropriate to put it there?
I could, it's just, well, as with everything, there's not a lot of traffic through the NCOD website.
Yeah.
I am absolutely happy to put it there. Is this Saturday, is that correct?
It's this Saturday. What else can we do?
Trisha, yep,
I can make sure that CPAC has it on their website. I
Perfect.
think
be
they
great.
do. I believe someone that mentioned it last CPAC meeting. We also have a really big CPAC meeting. It's our big presentation on Thursday night. So hopefully we'll have some attendees for that. So I can reach out to them tomorrow about seeing if they've gotten that out to parents, and then we can also, if they don't announce it Thursday night, we can say something about it as well.
Great.
Okay,
I
great.
also, has there been a flyer or some communication? Because I haven't seen anything printed about this event. I've only heard about it from you, Jeannie. So I don't have any information on times or, you
Yeah, the
know.
church said that they're advertising it, but I agree. I have not seen.
If you ask them to send me something in writing, I'm happy to try to like get to, Park and Recreation, Health and Human Services, like the public facing departments. I'm happy to get them to them, but I haven't received anything as far that I could share about the event.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know
Library would be
who,
a good place.
They have a banner on their front lawn on the corner of
Yeah.
GPA and Linden. There's a large banner.
Right.
yep, I don't know if it could make the news you need them deadline. But
I think the church did the news you need.
yeah,
Oh,
I
good.
think they said that was on their list of places they were going to contact. And I
okay,
guess
good.
I can put it on my own personal.
Yep. But
Yeah,
if you can
Jeannie,
send it to all of us, I mean, we can send it out to our, our connections if you want. So if you could just get the flyer or
Yeah,
the information.
I'm not really up on social. I'm not sure how to do it, but I'll see if I
Oh,
can
if you just
figure out
ask
how to
someone
do
at
that.
church to, yeah, if you just ask someone at the church to maybe email me whatever they're using for advertisement, then I can send it around. We can print it. We can put it in the bulletin board here in town hall. I just need someone to send me
The flyer or the whatever it
the
is. Yep.
flyer,
Yeah.
whatever they're
Yep.
using for marketing. Yeah.
Maybe Darlene has one. Yep.
I can put it up at the library and at the Needham Community Council as well. We have a bulletin board there.
And
Jeannie, I could also post it on the Needham Observer has a calendar too that they post all the community events. So you just have to submit it. I've done that many times. I'd be happy to submit it as long as I'll just get the flyer and use what's on there and take the information so I know I'm accurately, entering in what the parameters are for that.
and how and when will the church be let know that we approve this grant? Can
So
I
as soon
contact
as,
Darlene about it, or should I wait for you to contact her?
Well, the select board has to approve it, right?
Right, but
Yeah.
it went,
I should be able to make consent agenda on October 29.
okay, so it's going to be after the event, just so I can just tell them.
She did say it will be as a reimbursement because they've
Yes,
already
yeah, I
sent
think
us,
they
so
understood
I
that.
can process it as a reimbursement. And I can probably most likely get it on consent agenda. I'll just need Alexa whenever like the minutes are ready. I need that to put it through.
Okay. One
Okay.
other item. As I mentioned earlier, I picked up the brochure from Tatiana's office today, and
Oh, I kind of missed you.
I hadn't looked at it in a long time. My first question is, how many do we have left? Do we have a lot of these?
So like the stack I gave you, we probably have 2.5 stacks left like that.
Have you looked at it?
Not in a while.
Okay, it needs work.
I
But I
bet, I
don't want to
bet.
spend the money on it if we have a lot of them left, but I went through it today and I mean, not major overhauls, but the print I think is small. It could be made larger. It talks about handicap parking as opposed to accessible parking, which is kind of our new thing.
Yeah.
And the images, the photos are very dark and hard to see. It's
Okay.
okay the way it is, but I think it would be worth our time if we have the money to update it and, spiff it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll put it on the agenda for our November meeting to take a look at that.
We would need new pictures because those are already light lit. I don't know what the verb is, but they're already lighting up.
Yeah.
And I hear you with the font. I used a regular office, product to do it. So I was very limited in, I don't have like editor or something, but we do have Canvas now. So I should be able to do something much more poppin'. And what was the other thing? You said the font,
Oh, just changing
Yeah.
accessible,
Yeah,
changing
Oh,
from
the
handicap
language.
parking to
Yeah.
accessible parking.
So
Although
we
the
did go
sign,
through
there's a
this.
picture of the sign and it says handicap
Yeah.
parking, but
It would
you know,
probably
The
also,
language from the federal government, so I struggle with this myself, but from the federal government, the word is still handicap parking.
Yeah.
So I totally hear you, and I think that's a decision the commission should make.
Right.
And we probably made the decision back then when we put this together like 10 years ago now, I feel. So maybe that is something that we can take up as an update when we go to update the brochure.
Yeah, because it sounds like we've got a couple events. Hopefully we can get rid of the brochures at these next couple of events, and then we can get some updated ones.
it would probably
and-
also be good if we put some of the recent things that we've accomplished in the brochure.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Do
was
you have
10 years ago because I was at all of the meetings 10 years ago. And I
Wow.
remember we were doing the brochure my first year in Needham.
Very good, Trish, yeah.
Do you have an electronic copy, Tatiana, that you could send out, and I can distribute with the agenda for next month, so we can
Absolutely.
talk about it in more detail and put some of our marketing talent on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other new business?
I have one.
Yes.
November 1st, the Needham Police, along with the Needham Fire Department, are having their open house.
Nice.
Yes,
I think you just had an open house.
no, that was Inclusion Day. This is going to be huge. We partnered up with other towns too. Free pizza, free hot dogs, ice cream, popcorn. There's going to be pumpkin smashing. The dogs are going to be there. All are welcomed. Families welcomed. And like I said, it's November 1st from 10 to 2.
Right. Excellent. Anything else? Any other new business? All right. With that, I would take a motion to adjourn. If somebody would like
I
to
make a
it.
motion to adjourn.
All right. Thanks, Maureen.
I'll
A
second that.
All right. Excellent. Lynn,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Tatiana,
Yes.
Maureen,
Yes.
Alexa,
Yes.
Carol, yes. Tatiana, you can stop the recording. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night, and we will see everybody our next meeting, November 18th.
Very good.
Good night.
Bye.
you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Good night.
Take care.
Bye.